All right, picture this. You're just casually checking the crypto market on your phone. You know the vibe. Everything looks calm, steady, maybe even a little quiet.
And then, bam, your screen is just a waterfall of red. There's no warning, no big news story breaking, just that sinking feeling as the price plummets for no apparent reason.
You're just left staring at your screen, asking yourself, what on earth just happened?
To figure this out, we gotta start with the event itself. That sudden, stomach-churning price dive.
And the answer, more often than you'd think, is both incredibly simple and incredibly powerful. Chances are, a whale just moved.
So a whale is behind it. But what exactly is a whale? Let's meet these invisible giants of the crypto ocean.
Basically, a whale in the crypto world is any single person or organization holding a massive amount of a particular coin. We are talking about wallets so huge they can literally steer the market with just a few clicks.
And the scale we're talking about here is just staggering. On one end, you have retail investors, that's most of us, and way on the other end, you've got these whales. Their influence is on a completely different level. It's not even the same sport.
So when one of these giants decides to move, it doesn't just make a small splash. It creates powerful ripples that travel across the entire market. Let's break down how that actually works. It's like a chain reaction. It might start with one whale selling off a huge chunk of crypto, but sometimes they don't even have to sell. Just moving funds from one wallet to another can be enough. That single action sparks fear and speculation, and suddenly you have these wild price swings that pull everyone in.
And in all this turbulence, it's the smaller investors, the so-called small fish, who get caught in the current. They're swept up by these massive waves without ever really knowing what caused the tide to turn. It's a pretty fascinating, almost invisible kind of power.
This all leads to a huge debate in the crypto community. Are these whales a destructive force, or are they actually a necessary part of the whole ecosystem? Are they a friend, or are they a foe?
And the argument is split right down the middle. One camp sees them as total manipulators, just playing the market for their own selfish gain. But the other camp argues that they're essential stabilizers, providing the one thing a market like this absolutely needs to survive: liquidity.
Now, the case against them is pretty strong. The big fear is that they can deliberately crash the price to shake out nervous newcomers, then just turn around and buy everything back up at a huge discount. They basically profit from the very panic they helped create. But the case for them is just as compelling. By holding so much, they provide liquidity, which really just means it's easier for the rest of us to buy and sell. And think about it. When the market is in a total freefall, they're often the ones brave enough to step in and start buying, which could actually stop an even bigger collapse.
So, since you can't control them, what can you do? Well, you can learn to watch them.
There's a saying that captures this perfectly. You don't control the tide, you just learn how to surf it. And in crypto, that means learning to navigate in a world with whales. And because blockchains are public, some traders do exactly that. They use tools to track the wallets of known whales with the same intensity you'd see from celebrity gossip columns, watching every single move for a clue about what might happen next.
So the next time you're looking at the charts and you see one of those sudden, totally baffling price moves, up or down,
just remember what could be happening right below the surface. It might not be some big global event, but simply a quiet ripple from a giant moving in the deep. So what's the bottom line here? It's a reminder that even in a system designed to be decentralized, a whole lot of power can still end up in the hands of a few. Because for now, in the vast ocean of crypto, it's the whales who rule the waters. And that leaves us with a really big question. For a system built on decentralization, is that a feature or is it a fatal flaw?